All right, there we go. All right, good evening, everybody. Today is June 10th. It's the monthly meeting of the planning board. If everyone could stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the first item on our agenda is a special permit site plan approval, personal wireless communication public hearing, 1073 Main Street. And you can,
Town of Millis, Office of the Planning Board, notice of public hearing. In accordance with the provisions of Chapter 40A, Section 11, Mass General Law, the Planning Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025, at 7:30 p.m. in the Veterans Memorial Building, room 229, 900 Main Street, Millis, on the application of Dominica Tedescorio. I apologize if I just destroyed your name. Crown Castle USA, Inc., 1800 West Park Drive, Suite 200, Westboro, Mass., requesting a special permit for site plan approval under Section 13C and N of the zoning bylaws of the Town of Millis for Verizon co-location of antennas and ancillary equipment at existing personal wireless communications facility located at 1073 Main Street, map 22, parcel 10, Millis, Mass. Copy of the application and site plan is on file in the office of the town clerk and on the planning board's webpage. Any person interested or wishing to be heard in the application should appear at the time and place designated. Richard Nichols, Chair.
all right, thank you. And if you wanted to stand up, it's basically just a modification to the existing tower. If you could just run through and for the folks at home for me, either microphone that you'd feel comfortable at.
And does, in front of you, you have packets with the plans
Yep.
and the applications in there?
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Dominica Tadashori, and I work for Crown Castle.
I really did destroy that, your name.
You
I
weren't that bad.
apologize.
Honestly, you weren't that bad. I'm here before you for a co-location for Verizon at the location of 1073 Main Street. Verizon is seeking to co-locate at the 104-foot level of the existing 151-foot telecommunications monopole tower located at 1073 Main Street. My company, Crown Castle, owns the tower, and we have an active lease to the year of 2113, so very long-term lease. Telecommunication, co-locations, and equipment upgrades are very typical and are common and desired as technology changes. We provide better telecommunication services to residents, businesses, and first responders. Verizon, surprisingly, is like the last to come to this tower. You even have Dish Wireless at this tower. Usually Verizon is one of the top two to normally come on the tower, but so we're a little late to the game for Verizon. Verizon proposes to install a platform mount to house 9 antennas, so that's 3 antennas per sector, and ancillary equipment like 6 radio heads, that's be 2 per sector, overvolt protector and cables. Ground equipment is all within the existing leased area, proposing to install within that leased area a 12 by 20 concrete pad, and also to include some equipment cabinets, ice bridge, and generator as well. There's no proposed change to either tower height or compound size. This application constitutes a by right development per the FCC's regulations section 6409 eligible facilities request and does not constitute a substantial change to the tower. The materials submitted to you include the application, construction drawings, a passing structural analysis report, which yield 53% capacity, and compliant cumulative EME emissions analysis report, 6.88%, which is well within the parameters of the FCC's guidelines for general population exposure. So please, if you have any questions, let me know.
Nope. Does that mean that my really crummy Verizon signal is going to be better now? Is that what they're saying?
It really should.
Oh,
Like I
that's
said,
good.
I'm very shocked that
Yeah.
they're the last to this tower. And because they're last to the tower, they're also like, 2/3 down. It's better late than never.
That's good, yeah, because I have to stand on my second floor to send text, so that would be good. I think, so our engineer actually went through, the consulting engineer had just a small handful of questions, and Mike, if you want to just let us know, all those questions were pretty much answered. So if you just let the folks know who you are.
Okay.
Thanks.
Mike Carter, GCG Associates. They had addressed our comments in a letter from yesterday, so everything's been addressed.
Okay, good. Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? Go ahead.
There's reference to a new 50 kilowatt diesel generator.
Yes.
Is that replacing an existing one?
No, because each carrier has their own power generator, so that's why this is a new proposed one, and there's gonna be a connection from the generator to the meter socket to get everything all powered up, so
So is this a backup generator, or does this operate?
it operates if there is any, malfunction, so it's there as a precaution.
It's a backup, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Chair, when did this Crown Castle purchase the tower? Wasn't that privately owned?
Oh, no, the tower may have been a long time ago part of the AT&T portfolio that Crown may have bought out, if I'm thinking of the right tower, but
So maybe my question's incorrect. Maybe it's the land that's leased from the tower is still owned by the,
it's privately owned, that's correct.
okay.
Yes.
In the last, when we were looking at the cemetery butts this property.
That's correct.
And we were always looking to somehow get that area shaded with some sort of fencing, or, especially now if you're gonna put a new generator in there. So I don't see that in the proposal or anything else like that, but, I don't know if that's something that could be,
Mr. Chair, if I may, per this eligible facilities request, you can't put more conditions on the original tower or anything of that nature, no landscaping, none of that. It's literally this proposal before you.
yeah, I read that.
Yeah, no, I read that too.
And just thinking of trying to be a good neighbor, because we have had, we're looking at a solar farm that's gonna be eventually built in that parking lot. That has nothing to do with you, but, so I guess all you can do is ask, and if that's the type of answer and that's the type of
Sorry.
neighbor that they wanna be, then, maybe we'll look at, when the lease comes up again, we'll look at, more stringent requests, because the lease, they still have to come for a lease update, don't you?
Our lease doesn't expire until the year 2113.
I'm gonna be dead by then.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a little sooner, I thought that was sooner than that. Again, I guess if that's how, the Crown Cat want to act like that, then we'll take it. For future, we're not asking for much, other than a little shading of where it's, the cemetery. That's fine. You don't have to respond.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? All right. Let's see, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. So I make a motion that we approve the modification of the cell phone tower at 1070 Main Street.
Second.
All right, motion's been made. Oh, sorry, 1073. I was looking for the darn number and I couldn't find it. 1073 Main Street. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
No. Okay, one no. So, all right, that's fine. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 yeses, one no. So, okay. All right, so we're all set. Camille, do we need to sign a?
Yes,
Yeah,
you'll have to
okay.
send,
Go ahead.
I'll prepare the decision and have 2 weeks to file it with the town clerk. It will probably be filed on Monday.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
And I'll send you an electronic copy.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Great, thank you.
So if you have a signature page, you can sign it now or wait till it's entirely.
What time are we on time? We are on time. Okay, let's do the next thing to get that going. All right, next item on the agenda is a waiver request, a wedding event tent for 140 Causeway Street, Windy Knob Farm. All right, you want, want to come on up and,
See, Mike?
see you, Mike, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, just speak into the mic so the folks at home can hear you, so.
Yeah, I've been at that cemetery before for a funeral, and you can see the structure.
Yep. You can.
Yeah, so we're, oh, go ahead, David.
We're going to be setting up a tent for a 140-person wedding.
Can you just introduce yourself for the record, please?
I'm Dave Capone Jr. with Tents.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm David Capone Senior with Tents.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, dear. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're hoping to be able to set up a tent for a 140-person wedding at the farm this weekend.
Right, and that's a one-day event, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so, yep, we actually have had things there before. Unfortunately, the way that right now the bylaw is set up is that, you know, there's some pre-notification that has to happen that is a bit clunky that we had tried to work on adjusting. We did not get that far in making the adjustment, so you're coming in at the last minute to do that. So we understand we want to try to, you know, make this work. So is there any comment from the board?
I just, Mr. Chair, I just, something's got to happen here. This has got to be done more orderly. This is the last minute. You know, we do have the right to cancel this. Not that I'm going to vote to cancel it, but something has to happen, that these are filed on time. And, I mean, whether the landowner knows about it or whoever knows about it, this has to be done on time. That's my only
Yeah,
comment.
we've done several tents for the town in town, and they actually, we donated a good portion of them too. One of them we donated half, the other about 25% at the school, you know, during COVID. And I did the permit, but they already had the waiver, so I didn't know about it.
Right, no,
And
and
it's
like I
not
said, we're
on their
not.
website. It's not on-
We're not blaming it, and
Yeah.
like I said,
We're
we're,
usually, we build out radio infrastructure, and that's, you jump through all the hoops of that. So I know about doing it correctly, we just didn't know about it.
no, and like I said, we understand that. We internally, we're trying to work on changing the
But
the bylaw. They when it was written, it cast a wide net, and it really wasn't meant to, it was more for a tent that's gonna be there for a long time and not just onesies. But there also is the side from the fire department and police chief is that we have to have a balance of public safety if you're gonna have a really large event, and, you know, there's gonna be lots of people, and there's propane, heat and all that kind of stuff. So there's a balancing act that we have between.
Yeah, safety is important.
Right, and what we're trying to do is make sure that there's proper notification so that, but we also understand that sometimes stuff happens, and, like we said, if it's people who have been through this before, we're hoping that they will remember to do the pre-work, or at least advise people of the lead time until we were able to change this to a more streamlined thing. Nothing happens quickly, unfortunately, in town. It takes us a little bit of time. If you want to get up and identify yourself.
Jen Zaretsky, 140 Causeway Street, landowner. I did tell the parties back in November of 2024, I'm just not sure. This is one of these accidental, somebody must have crossed signals, they didn't keep me updated. So I don't think you've had this experience with me last year with the tents, so this is a one-off, and we really hope not to repeat that.
No, and we understand.
So just saying, I don't mean to be rude, it is one of these truly something happened things.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's all good. That's why we're here.
That's
So,
why I'm here.
yeah. All right.
And
Mr. Ch-
just the email never got forwarded to us, otherwise we would have jumped on it.
No, we understand. We're all good with that. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chair, I know that Mike not being here this evening usually asks with regards to all of this, where the parking is going to be, and ensuring that the property is, the area where the parking is going to be fully mowed and everything around that, so that there is, can you just let me finish
I can,
speaking?
yeah, sure.
Thanks. You can answer when I finish my question. There's no designation on here as to where the parking's going to be, so can we just get some confirmation that the area will be fully mowed and around, because there have been situations of fire in open fields?
Okay, now, okay. So yes, I thought, Camille, I said it was the same as in the plan before. So I have a template for these things. There's always the same place where the tent goes and always the same place where the parking goes, which is on a driveway. It is some distance from the tent, and it is mowed several days before, but it's mostly moss, quite frankly, so it's not really a fire hazard.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now I remember talking about that with Mr. Giampietro last year.
All right, any other comments from the board? All right, I think the public has commented, so I make a motion that we approve a waiver request for the wedding tent event at 140 Causeway Street.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, great, well, thanks for coming in, appreciate it.
Thank you, Don.
Yep, thank you. Yep, all good stuff, thank you.
Somebody's in shooting buffalo. I said, they're lucky somebody's out shooting buffalo. I know.
Okay.
No, when I got that email, was it Monday night, and Bob goes, Bob goes, I wouldn't want to be you then. It was like, my son.
I just wanted to make.
Right.
Yeah.
I just gotta jump back to the meeting, so, yeah, it's all good, thank you. I'm glad it all worked out for you. Yeah, thank you. All right, next item on the agenda would be Acorn Place Senior Residential Development. Update on closeout of permit. So I will be providing that update tonight. So the paving has been done. The driveways were done over last week. The pavement on the road is done, I guess, on Monday, per one of the residents. I actually didn't make it up there yet. The as-built is going to be underway. They asked for an extension because the permit technically will expire on the 15th. They asked for 60 days because what will have to happen is they'll have to get the permit, get the as-built done, send it in, and then we'll have to have the consulting engineer go back and review it to make sure everything's up to snuff. We'd also talked to one of the residents, and there was a few items that they wanted to make sure that were reviewed also, which we're more than happy to send on to the engineer. So, we want to make sure that it's, everything that was within our purview that needed to be buttoned up would be buttoned up. So, hopefully that's, we get the paving done, which took a little while, but we got there. So we're hoping that we'll be able to close the book on this one. And as much as we like seeing you guys, I'm sure you'll miss the trips to the planning board. So you guys can watch from home. So do you guys?
Don't tell them that.
You guys have
We
any?
like having an audience.
Yeah. Are there any comments from you guys, or you're all set? Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. You have to identify yourself, just so the folks at home know. And
Rich Campbell, Acorn Place. Quick question. So you said that they're going to do the as-built. They're going to come out on site. Do you have a date when that happens?
No.
If you don't have the date, will you notify us when they're coming?
Basically, with the as-built, the engineers come out and they shoot to the points and check everything, survey. So they're really not going to. I have surveyors on my site, and they're off doing their job. They're going to stand there with a rod, and the guy's going to go like this, and he's going to write something down in his notebook. So they're really not going to be able to tell you anything or do anything.
No, I
if you had any questions or anything, not to cut you off, but if you had any questions or anything, it'd be best to get it to us to send to the engineer. Hey, we think, there's supposed to be a bollard in the corner that we don't think was installed. Those would be more helpful than asking. The guys out in the field aren't going to be able to tell you anything. So.
Okay. All right, good. That's my only question. Cool. And by the way, I want to thank everybody here. You guys did a great job. It was a long time. kind of rocky relationship at the beginning, but I think we smoothed it out, and we are ecstatic.
Yeah.
that
How
it's
is
done.
the flow of water? Is it coming off the roads good?
So far, so good. So far, so good.
Oh, this is, you would, after Saturday, you would have known.
Yeah, well, the road wasn't paved Saturday, they did it Monday, but today it did rain, and we saw the water going down there, and it was not building back up, so it seems like it's flowing
Good, good.
okay.
I'll drive down to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that spot that you had the problem?
Yeah, in the corner at the beginning
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that phase
So
two,
that,
yeah,
that was good.
yeah, yeah.
Great.
All right, good.
Thanks
Happy
again,
for you.
everybody.
I'm very happy for you.
Well, we'll all be glad to get this wrapped
Yeah.
up, so, good, thank you.
I was just gonna say, I think you guys will be more than we will.
Then we have.
Yeah. All right, I make a motion that we provide a 60-day extension to the special permit for Acorn Place.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, great, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item on the agenda, oh, okay, well, two things. Actually, Nicole, they had a thing for the Development Committee, do you want to read that?
Yes. The Economic Development Committee will be hosting, unfortunately, it's been named a summer social, which is not really appropriate naming for this event. Tomorrow evening at 6 PM at the Millis Public Library, we're going to be having, our town's consultant is going to be in to provide information and get some feedback with regards to the town's, we've just started the first step in trying to develop, to see if there is interest in developing a business improvement district. We received a grant last year, and this is the first step in determining whether there's interest both from the public and from the local businesses in developing a business improvement district. And if so, what type of district, what type of organization that would be. There are two types of districts that we could provide. One would be to develop an actual formal organization that the businesses would oversee, or something that was a little more voluntary. But either way, it would be to see whether the businesses are interested in becoming involved in that. So at the library, I believe in the Rosenfeld Room, we will be having a get-together beginning at 6. There will be dinner hosted, catered by Lucas Italian Deli. We'll be giving away 3 gift certificates at the end of the evening. And we really just want to get everybody's ideas as to what people are interested in seeing as far as developing and improving the downtown commercial area. And there's also a survey, if you have not seen that, the link is on the town website. So anybody that's interested in taking the survey, we would love to get that input.
All right, and getting on to, continuing on the theme of public meetings, also tomorrow at the library, the Millis Middle High School project is having a public forum where they're gonna go over designs, some cost analysis of the project. That will be at 1. The owner's rep will be there and the architect, so if you had any questions or you wanted to know anything about the proposed renovation to the Millis High School, Millis Middle High School, that would be a time to go take a look at it. We've been working on it for quite a while, and you know, one of the key things that we've put forward from the group is that, you know, we understand from the town side that there's some building fatigue. We've done a lot of projects in town, and you know, we unfortunately, over the years, you know, things had run down, and we're the ones, unfortunately, you know, having to, you know, pull up our bootstraps and, you know, make these things so that they're gonna be able to go into the next 50 years. So the high school, middle school was built in the 50s, and they did a medium renovation in the 90s. But, you know, there's a lot of parts of the school that are at end of life. You know, the roof, the boiler system, the main electrical system is original. If anything breaks on that, we can't get parts for it, because they don't make them. So, you know, there's a pretty deep dive of what we would need to do just to fix the school up. There's a couple of different options of how we could have proceeded on that. We did it where we're trying to leverage working with the MSBA, and by us, the town spending money, we're going to get a good return back, like we did with the Clyde Brown. And, you know, the group itself, the chair, you know, I'm the chair of that, in the group itself, we've been working consistently to try to manage the budget, keep the budget down. That's been the drumbeat throughout. We want to make sure that we get the educational stuff that the school is asking for. That's primary. We're also working on security. That's another thing we're working on. But the whole drumbeat all along is, you know, we're trying to keep our eye on the budget. So it would be interesting, you know, if you're interested in it, it'd be interesting for the, you know, the people in the town to become knowledgeable about it, because, you know, I think it's going to be a value for the town. It's you know, it's going to cost money, but I think when it's done, you know, we're going to get a good bang for our buck out of this. And when we finished the Clyde Brown School, that was completed. I was on the committee, but I wasn't, you know, I was one of the members, but we actually came in on time and under budget. So that, you know, that was completed, and so we do have a track record of being able to, you know, get these things done in the time frame we say, and also in the number that we say that we're going to get it done. So anyhow, thank you for taking the time to listen for that, and go ahead.
Roads. So, as we all know, there's a lot of roads that have milled and not paved yet. The weather has set us back a couple of days. The Route 109 project is a separate state project. That was a grant that the town received. So that work is being done at night, thankfully, because it would have been a hell show if that was ever done during the daytime. You know, there are inconvenience on the residents that live on Route 109, listening to the trucks back up. So we do plan on, their schedule is that they're gonna finish the castings between now and Sunday night. And Sunday night, they will start actually paving Route 109. And in between, you'll see during the day, you'll start to see some of the smaller roads getting picked off. Most of the castings were done, and they're being completed during the day. That's a separate project that's done under the town's auspice of the Chapter 90 and town meeting votes. Myrtle Street, Orchard Street, the bridge on Orchard, and the several others that, you know, need to be done. Pollard Drive, we put the leveling course down on Saturday, and that just needs the top coat. And in between here, Park Road, there's like 3 sections on Park Road, and that should all be done by the end of the month anyways.
I do enjoy driving around the castings. It feels like
Yeah,
I'm on a go-kart.
Well, in between, Milliston Road, and that's better now than it was before with the millings. It's so much better.
I was going down to Orchard, and it was literally, it was.
Yeah. I don't want to, I think that's going to be done tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
wanna-
Yeah, it's fine. It was more, I did it once, and then I said, yeah, I think I'm going to go down Causeway. But it's good to see that done, so that's good news. So, good, thank you, Joe. All right, next item is to approve the minutes from May 13th. So I make a motion to approve the minutes from May 13th as written.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
If you could just set a meeting date for August, we have one for July, but we don't have one for August yet.
Okay.
I don't even bother looking.
Next one is July 8th,
August 8th?
August 5th, or 12th.
Either way, for me.
I'm good.
I
Do you guys have
may
a
not be
preference?
here the 12th. I don't know what they were, when we were actually,
You want to do the
Taking
5th?
Spence back.
Do you want to do the 5th?
that would be better.
All right, we'll do the 5th, August 5th.
Do we have anything coming, Camille? If you can, I mean, I don't know.
Yep, so far for August 8th, we have an MCEOD mixed use for 16 Lavender Street coming up.
Yep.
And then I just got a temporary tent structure for another wedding at 140, a Suite 15 party at 140 Causeway Street. So there'll be 2 public hearings so far scheduled for July 8th.
The 5th. 5th.
Oh, July.
July, for the
That's-
July.
Oh, July, sorry, July, sorry. I'm
August
still,
5th
I'm
is the
doing
next-
August.
The August
Yeah.
meeting, yeah.
All right, good. Well, I think, unless there's anything else, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, great. Well, thank you. Good night, everybody.
Right.